Thank you for coming today to share your oral history of your recollections of your experience while a student here at Chestnut Grove Elementary School. And this project is being funded by the Conservation Fund. To start out, would you please state your name and would you share with me the schools that you've attended?
Okay, so my name is Dorothy Woodard, and I attended Chestnut Grove Elementary School from grades 1 through 8, 1950 through 1958. And then I went to Unity High School for high school, and from there I went to Livingstone College and Temple University and UNC Charlotte.
Hey, thank you very much. Are there any special memories of teachers or things that you reflect on today from your experiences here at Chestnut Grove Elementary School?
Well, I guess one of the fondest memories that I have is that of my grandma, who was the cook at Chestnut Grove. And we lived less than a mile from school, so we had to walk. We didn't have a car, so we walked to school every day. And my grandma had a little red wagon that she pulled. Um, she had a can on it, and she collected the scraps from the cafeteria to take home to feed the pigs. So we walked every day, rain or shine, up and down the road with the little red wagon.
Hey, thank you. So, do you have any special memories of any teachers?
I do actually. One teacher that I remember was Miss Sadie Marson, and when I was, uh, I don't know, I don't remember what grade, but she would take me home with her on the weekends, and I got to spend the weekend with my teacher. And I would help her grade papers or help her do little chores at her house. But the main thing was I got to spend the weekends with her. And then when I got older, I guess Mr. Campbell, Junius Campbell, was one of my favorite teachers because he always let me be in charge when he had to go to the meetings. Yeah. So his daughter Valeria always says, "You like being in charge." And I guess that was the beginning of my career because after that, I was a teacher and a principal. And so I think it came from him letting me have the responsibility of being in charge of the class. So when he was gone, I could do the spelling tests for the class and I could teach whatever he left me in charge to do. So that was really fun.
That sounds really, really great. Sounds like a really fun time. Can you tell me about a typical day at the Rosenwald School, Chestnut Grove Elementary? Like once you got to school, after you walked with that red wagon, what was your day like here?
Well, we always had devotions. That was the first thing in the morning. And we would do devotions. Of course, we had the pledge. And then I don't remember the order of the classes, but we always had reading and writing. We learned to write in cursive in those days, unlike kids nowadays. So we would we had geography classes, and but I think the best part of the day was when we got to do our extracurricular curricular things. So we always participated in the oratorical contest, and that was a favorite because you had to learn a speech every year. And you had a coach, one of the teachers was your coach. You learned the speech. And then one night, we would have the contest where our parents would come and listen to us, and they had judges. And then winners were chosen for whoever delivered their speech the best.
Did you participate in
Of
those?
course, I participated. I don't remember there being an option. I think everybody probably had to learn a speech and participate. But yeah, of course.
Okay, alrighty, that is great. So during the time that you were here at Chestnut Grove, was there any discussions about it being a segregated school? Did you have any
Um,
issues about segregation during that time?
well, I don't recall issues, but we did. Our teachers always taught us that we had to be better prepared than other people because once we got into the real world and started competing for jobs and other things, we understood that we couldn't be as prepared as other people, but we had to be better prepared, because if there was a question about who was going to get hired and you were equal, you know who was going to get the job, not us. So we had to be better prepared. We had to outshine other people, in order to be competitive. So that's what we learned.
Okay. So I'm just curious, can you remember what your books were like? Did you have new books or
Oh
what were
no,
the
you
books like?
no, we didn't have
Materials?
new books. We always got hand-me-downs with several people's names in the books already. They were always used. No, we didn't have new books at all.
Okay. What type of discipline do you recall them using?
Discipline. Oh, I was a good kid.
Did anyone else get disciplined during that time?
Oh, well, see, I had to be good because my grandma was in the cafeteria. And but if you ask Mr. Campbell why he had his strap in his pocket, his answer was always the same. It's for that viper. He never hit me with it. I never got punished with that strap, but I knew it was there and I knew I had better toe the line. I would push him probably right to the brink, but don't cross the line. So, but yeah, there were people who did get the strap, but I was not one of them.
Alrighty, that was good for you. Okay, so during that time that you were here, what were the bathroom facilities like?
Well, when I started school, we had outdoor toilets. We didn't have bathrooms. We didn't have bathrooms until, um, I guess, until this building, the current building, was built. I can't remember, but I know we had outdoor toilets because I remember an incident when I was like first grade, and I asked the teacher to go to the restroom, and she said no. She told me that I drank too many sodas, which wasn't true. We didn't have money to buy soda, but I needed to use the restroom. She didn't let me go, so I had an accident in front of the class.
Okay, so you talked about grandma and the lunch.
Yes.
So do tell, what kind of lunches would you have during that
Um, Good food. My grandma was a good cook. So I really don't remember specifically because I ate her food all the time. So I don't remember. I just remember lunches were good. I remember the peach cobbler was always very good.
time? Alrighty. So when you heard about the Chestnut Grove Community Center was going to do these oral history of folks that went to school here, what were your thoughts about that?
I thought that was an excellent idea because, as you know, Chestnut Grove Elementary School is a Rosenwald school. And the Rosenwald schools were built with funds from the Rosenwald Foundation that Julius Rosenwald, who was the president and CEO of Sears Roebuck, established. And the fund helped provide money to build rural schools in the South. I've been told that the Chestnut Grove community, the first meeting that they had was at my great grandma's house on the back porch, to raise the funds. So I think that this history needs to be preserved, because kids nowadays don't understand the significance of an education. Basically, they think things are like they've always been, and I think this oral history project is very, very important for them to hear in people's own words how school was in olden days and some of the, perhaps some of the trials and tribulations that we had to go through in order to get an education.
Okay, as we conclude our interview today, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I would like to add that Anna Jeans was a Quaker who lived in Philadelphia. And she also contributed to the education of the rural Blacks in the South. She had a fund. She was rich. She had no siblings, and so she gave all her money to help educate people in the South. She hired supervisors, or her fund paid supervisors, and they were called Jean's supervisors. And Miss Mary Holliday was the Jean supervisor in Iredell County. So she went from school to school to help train the teachers. It was like in service for the teachers at that time. And they had the Better Homes Club at Chestnut Grove. And if when you look at the pictures, you'll see pictures of the Better Homes Club. But as Miss Holliday got older, she was not ready to retire, and or she didn't have enough time, I guess, to retire. But her final year was spent teaching at Chestnut Grove Elementary School. So she was my fifth, sixth grade teacher. But all the time, when we would see her little Model T Ford come down the road, the teachers would say, "Okay, okay, be on your best behavior now because the Jean supervisor is coming." And she, when she was our teacher, and all the time, her favorite thing was cleanliness is next to godliness, and so everything had to be clean. And as kids, kids pick up on stuff, so we knew that. So when she was our teacher, we would first thing in the morning when we'd have our devotions, we would say, Miss Holiday, can we go outside and pick up the paper because cleanliness is next to godliness?